on like the environment and like kind of picking it out of the air. It's just like, it's funny while I'm playing this, I'm just thinking, oh man, it's like, it's a rainy day in Canada. I open my mind, I'm like, I'm in fucking Washington. Have you got any questions? Like, hit me with something awesome. Come on.
How about that Ziltoid comic?
Well, oh yeah, well, Rowan's doing that, right? But you know, he's Ziltoid's like, honestly, it was like when I quit smoking weed as well. It was like I had, you know, we had a baby, my wife and I, 4 years ago, right? And all of a sudden, I started realizing that a lot of the elements of like the career were like really like, it's like a metaphor. Like Ziltoid was just like a serious metaphor for that, because it's like, you know, you start taking it seriously, and you start forgetting the fact that like music, it should just be like, you know, people just like talking to each other essentially, right? And it's like, and you know, as a musician, I'm like, I feel super lucky to be doing music and having all this. But Ziltoid's just a cock, right? So it's like, you know, he's just like, now it's all about me. Yes, right? So it's like, you know, he's working on this comic right now, but he's just such a loser when it comes to like the artistic control that you just can't rationalize with him, right? So it's taking a little longer than expected. Another question?
What are the possibilities for Key and where you would go with that?
With Key?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I tend to go where it goes, and then once I've gone there, I just move on, right? And it's like, you know, a lot of people, like, the same sort of thing could be said about, like, strapping or Ocean Machine or whatever. They're just like, well, you know, you could have followed that. But I'm like, you know, I also had a buddy come up to me the other day and say, well, you know what you need to do? You need to make 10 pop songs and be a pop star. And I'm like, oh, that's how easy it is then. It's like honestly, the way I write is I'm just like, you know, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to write a pop song, right? And then I start writing something, and I end up like with some 7-minute long thing with like one quasi-catchy shit and then a bunch of jamming, and I'm just like, so that's your pop song. So if I'm inspired to write a pop song, like I'll write a pop song, sure. If I'm inspired to write Key, I'll write Key. If I'm inspired to write, you know, Shitstorm, I'll write Shitstorm. But there's never really like, okay, today I'm going to make death metal. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, well, I guess today we're making death metal, right? So with Key, it was one of these things that when it was over, I was just kind of like, well, that was nice. You know? So what's next? The next time I picked up the guitar, I was like, oh, I guess we're doing Addicted now. You know what I mean? And so it's like, where could it go? I mean, I guess it could go anywhere, but I mean, I honestly just kind of follow shit where it wants to go. And, you know, a lot of times when I broke up Strapping, people would say, well, how could you do that? And I'm like, well, what Key is, or Ghost, or Deconstruct is just as real to me as City was when I was like 23, right? And I think that if you keep doing things past its due date, then you're just like a poser, right? And it's like, how many like guys that play tough guy metal, and they're just like, you know, they got like My Little Pony, like Green Garden in their fucking sister's bedroom, and they're like, ah, you're really just like, you know, that monkey that's a lemur, have you seen that Meerkat Manor? It's really cute, right? And he goes, well, you shouldn't be playing death metal right now then. You know, you should be playing death metal if you're just like, I fucking hate my dad, right? So it's like, I think that honestly, it's like, where I'm at is I'm just like, okay, well, you know, like right now, and like doing all the acoustic stuff is cool, like hanging out with like you folks is like deadly, because at the end of it, it's like, I remember that one day when it was like a really dark room in Jack's, and you know, I was playing a bunch of like twinkly acoustic stuff, and you know, and then later on I realized that pooping is something that's psychosomatic, because I obviously can't do it when there's people in the room, and then I write a song about it, and it's called Jackin' with the Poop. Another question, and I'll play another song. Oh yeah, go ahead.
What really inspired you to start playing like banjo and stuff for Ghost?
Well, my dad played banjo when I was a kid, and he worked at a mill and he chopped his finger off, so he stopped playing banjo. But I mean, I really like folk music. I really like bluegrass. I really like, you know, I like music in general. I like, you know, the Rites of Spring, you know, the Stravinsky to Clancy Brothers, Irish stuff, and then, you know, and then older Sam Aile or whatever, or Mortal, or you know, whatever, man. Like Beneath the Massacre's new record is cool. I really like Enya. You know, I thought, you know, Hysteria is one of the best records of all time, because I probably got my first blowjob in Hysteria. And I was like, that record's awesome. I just keep playing it. I'm like, check it. Hey, it's on again. I'm a simple man. Like my food salty, like my sex frequent, like my relationship's awkward. Toy Story 3, the official water of Toy Story 3. Hey kids, you're gonna like this. Got Buzz Lightyear on it. You can really taste the Toy Story. All right, here's another song, ready? I gotta take this hi there, I'm from Canada jacket off here. It's like, apparently I'm in gray. Oh, what's the metaphor there? I'm neutral. Just wait to see my bright green underpants. Okay, right. Yeah, that's another thing I keep forgetting is bit stick. All right, there we go. So we can be badass. That's the word I'm using now. We're using no space between the ass and the bad either. It's like that. Oh, so sensitive.